Hey Stampers, it's Rachel here from rachthestamper.wordpress.com, and today I want to show you how to make this really cute card I found on Pinterest. It's actually a card that Sue Lehrer made on Pinterest. It is from the Going Global stamp set that is in the Occasions catalog, good through May 31st of 2016. And this is the card that we're going to make today. This would be really cute for Father's Day, or I know a lot of people seem to have a lot of trouble with masculine cards. Everyone in my family, whether they're masculine or not, usually gets, I don't want to say whatever card I give them, but they all seem to be pretty happy with it. So I don't really generally set out to make a manly card unless it is for Father's Day. So this would be a really cute Father's Day card. You could see, change the sentiment because this does have World's Best Dad in the set as well. So I'm going to show you, I actually used this paper here. This is from the Going Places Designer Series paper stack, and I used almost all of it when I did a card swap lately, so I didn't have a lot of it left. Like these little pieces were all I had. So I came up with a couple other pieces that I thought would work really well. And please don't mind my stack fell apart. I got a little crazy. You could use this, which is the compass. You could use the other side as well, but I think the compass goes with it a little bit better since it's the compass that is the main, really the center of the image on here. You could use the world map, and I did use that one for the other one I'm going to show you today. And the other one I thought was neat. There's something in here that looks just like it has just some script. That would be really pretty too. So it's like you're writing a letter to your long-lost loved one. All right, enough of my nonsense. Let's get on to the card. So this is going to be, we're going to do this card on basic black. Set this up here so you can see it. Basic black, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Just going to fold that. And all of our stamping today is going to be done in the Archival black ink. Just fold this a little harder. And I'm going to take a piece of Crumb Cake, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And really, you could do this card either way, vertical or horizontal. Either way would work well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to sponge the edges in the black. And I know it looks like a lot of black, but it kind of, to me, lends to the darkness of the space part of the card. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, for this one, I have the world map that I cut out. You could use this as well, but I think this goes a little better. So I'm going to adhere this. Oh, hold on, I forgot I didn't want to do that. Let me just pick this up just a little bit. There's one other thing I want to show you first. So I'm going to adhere this to this first. I didn't attach my twine, I believe that is, linen thread until afterwards, so it's kind of goobered up. So I'm going to attach this. Oops, how do you like that? Just ran out of tape. I'm going to attach this first, tie the twine around it, and then you'll see what I mean. Okay, see if I can do this without ruining it. This is going to have a really narrow margin on it because I only cut this 1/8 of an inch smaller, so you can just barely see the edging around there. So what we're going to do real quick is, this is, you see my tangled mess of linen thread, so I just want to wrap this around a couple of times. One for the front, and I'm going to make this a little bit long because my tying skills on video especially are never very good. Alright, so let's give this a whirl, see if I can get this without making a disaster of it. Well, that was attempt number 1. I will say, I don't know what thread Sue used for her card. It looked like it was probably a little bit thinner, but This linen thread is a little bit more difficult to tie a bow with, or it's just me with my fingers. Let's see. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do, let's see if I get this off my table, is I'm going to put a little glue dot on the back of this. Where are my glue dots? I'm going to put a little glue dot on the back of this just to kind of keep it where I want it. Okay. So, there you go. That's better. And I'm going to just put a little bit more adhesive down. Actually, you know, this might be better even popped up on a dimensional because I have a thicker thread. As I said, her thread was definitely not this thick, so I'm going to have to find out what it was and maybe use that instead if I do a card, because this linen thread is, especially I have it tied around 3 times, definitely considerably thicker. Oh boy. Okay, so let's try this again. So we're going to put this down. There we go. You can already tell. See this one? I'm going to have to put some more adhesive on it. That definitely is tied 8,000 times better. Okay, back to stamping. So what we're going to do is we're going to also sponge the edge of this piece of crumb cake. This is cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. Same thing, using the Archival black. And then we're going to stamp the compass from the stamp set. We're going to stamp that on a scrap piece. And I'm going to show you a little something I did here. I'm going to stamp this on a scrap piece and punch this out with a 2-inch punch. You want to make sure it's really nice and dark because it looks so much nicer. So you do want to stamp this twice. And I'm going to tell you why in a moment. So what I did, and I'm not going to make you go through the pain of this, I punched the first one out with the 2-inch circle punch. And then I fussy cut this one out. I don't know if you can see that or not, so it can be popped up to give a little bit extra dimension. So I already did one ahead of time. But when you do it, be careful because I got a little crazy with my cutting and it's very easy to cut these little points off. So I'm going to just sponge the edge of my compass. Okay, and then what I did is I used the crumb cake marker just to fill in the colors here a little bit. And I filled in these little, I kind of just did every other, just to give it a little something. Okay, and then this I attached a rhinestone to the center of. Right there. And then I put a piece of a dimensional on the back. I don't know if it's a little too big. Go with just a part of one, just to give it a little bit of a lift. And line that up. Oh, let me trim this little doodad off of here. Okay, so just kind of line it up with the compass. Okay, so what we're going to do with this piece, sorry I skipped this step here, we're going to punch or stamp the Big Dipper just randomly on this. Okay, all right, so we're going to put this up on a dimensional. And we're going to just put this somewhat in the center. And since I popped this up, I'm just going to tape this down flat. Otherwise, I would have put a dimensional on it. So, okay. And we'll put this so the constellations are in the correct direction, so that looks pretty nice there. And on the first one I did with I'm Lost Without You. On the second one I'm going to do it as World's Best Dad. So you can see what this would look like. It would be really very cute as a Father's Day card. Here it is. Alright, so this is probably about a 1-inch piece of scrap paper. And we'll just get that in the center. Looks nice. And I'm going to just trim this down just a little bit. Okay, and again, I'm going to sponge the edges. And what I did with this on the other card, which is pretty simple to do. You can really do it with your finger, your fingernail. But I used my bone folder, is I just kind of went along the edges here and kind of distressed it a little bit. See if I can get that. Okay. And I am going to put this up on a dimensional. You could even just wrinkle it up with your fingers a little bit. Okay, and let me just grab another dimensional. Okay, and we'll just pop this up and we'll be done. The only thing you want to remember is, especially as this is a very dark card, you want to make sure you cut yourself a piece for the inside, either Whisper White, Crumb Cake, or you can really do very vanilla. Very vanilla would be pretty. So those are the 2 cards that we made today. Father's Day suggestion, or just a guy suggestion if you're looking for a manly card. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at reachthestamper.wordpress.com, reachthestamper@gmail.com, or if you want to get all of these really cool stamp sets, all this stuff you can get in my online store at reachthestamper.stampinup.net. Hope you guys have a great day and look forward to hearing from you soon.